Hello everybody, this is Gareth Cahoon Speaks back here with another video. I'd like you to hit the subscribe bar, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, or hit the notification bell to be notified when I post my next post. Or you could leave me a comment and let me know where you're from and what you think of the videos. Or else you could look me up at my website, which is www.garethcahoon.co.uk. Or if you'd like to support the ministry work that I do and the charitable associations that I give to, you can do so through garethcahoon3@gmail.com on PayPal. This one is called Watchmen on the Walls. I have posted Watchmen on your walls, O Jerusalem. They will never be silent day or night. You who call on the Lord, give yourselves no rest, and give him no rest till he establishes Jerusalem and makes her a praise in all the earth. Isaiah 62:6-7. Today, it's February 2026. The world is teetering on the edge of the crucial moment of decision. The negotiations with Iran have clearly failed. The US President Donald J. Trump is poised to give the order to attack Iran. A military intervention now seems inevitable, and the question remaining is when. The words imminent and within days are prominent in the media. The Iranian regime has again and again threatened to attack Israel with massive missile barrages. Should the US or Israel strike, we know the regime will try, and they may even risk a preemptive strike. They are also likely to attack US bases and interests oil across the Middle East, threatening also to attack any country that will help the US or Israel attack by providing bases or air corridors for the passage of aircraft, for example. We are used to hearing such bombastic rhetoric from Iran, but it remains to be seen whether it has sufficiently rebuilt its defensive and offensive military arsenal since the 12-day war of June 2025 and has sufficient firepower to make good on its threats. Estimates are that Iran still possesses around 1,500 long-range missiles and 200 launchers. They may also resort to using non-conventional weapons. This is not only a pivotal moment for Israel and the Middle East, but potentially for the whole world. No one knows how an attack on Iran will play out. Will Iran succeed in a massive attack on Israel? Will Iran's remaining proxies, Hezbollah, the Houthis, and Hamas, join in the fray? Will Iran attack Europe and the US? Will Pakistan, Russia, or China get involved supporting Iran? Is this the beginning of World War III, or can the hostilities be contained in Iran only? Can the Ayatollah regime in Iran be toppled and a workable alternative be established? That is the hope, but no one knows what the outcome will be. Here in Israel, we're collectively holding our breath for the moment that red alerts sound. There is no panic, no hysteria, but there is concern on the surface. There is calm, and people are just getting on with their lives. But there is some tension and trepidation to some extent. We are all suffering from the boy who cried wolf syndrome. There have been so many warnings of imminent attack and nothing has happened that now many are failing to take such warnings seriously. However, in the fairy tale, the wolf does eventually arrive. I hope we will not be caught out. That said, we have been quietly preparing the IDF is operating the highest levels of readiness, both offensively and defensively. Our defensive array has been strengthened, updated, and prepared. It has also been augmented by the American military with the positioning of 3 naval aircraft carrier strike groups in the Middle East. Many US fighter planes are also now sitting at the ready across Europe and in some Middle Eastern countries. The home front in Israel has been running drills and hospitals are on war readiness, but the instruction to civilians so far is business as usual. Individuals are checking their food, water, and medical supplies and reckoning their grab bags for the use in case of evacuation. We know the drill, but that may be our weak point. It is easy to be a bit nonchalant. We have survived 2 years and 4 months of war so far, including the 12-day war with Iran, Operation Rising Lion, as it was called. I hope we are not being overconfident. I confess I've grown weary of the war now. At 871st day and guilty of falling asleep from time to time. Perhaps you feel the same. This morning, however, the Lord has prompted me to write this is also a challenge for me to wake up and take prayer more seriously, even though there are many other things in my life clamoring for attention. If you're called to be an intercessor for Israel, and that includes all who call upon the Lord, see verse 5 above. Now is our time to pray for her fervently, to stand on the walls of Jerusalem as watchman. In a week's time we'll be celebrating Purim, the feast of Esther. At the time of Esther, the Jews, the captives from the kingdom of Judah, were Persia, and an edict went out for their total annihilation. They were saved because Esther, or Hadassah, a Jewish member of the harem of King Xerxes, at the risk of her own life, dared to intercede on their behalf. Esther's uncle encouraged her to do so, saying, if you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance for the Jews will arise from another place. And who knows, but you have come to the royal position for such a time as this. Esther 4:14. Are you here in the world at this time as part of the royal priesthood? 1 Peter 2:9. For such a time as this. If so, don't be silent. King Xerxes reigned over the Medo-Persian Empire for the capital city Susa. Susa lies in the western region of modern-day Iran. In ancient times, Susa was the capital of the empire of Elam. The prophet Jeremiah proclaimed this against Edom. This is what the word of the Lord that came to Jeremiah the prophet concerning Elam, early in the reign of Zedekiah king of Judah. This is what the Lord Almighty says, see, I will break the bow of Elam, the mainstay of their might. I will bring against Elam the four winds from the four quarters of heaven. I will scatter them to the four winds, and there will not be a nation where Elam exiles do not go. I will shatter Elam before their foes, before those who want to kill them. I will bring disaster on them, even my fierce anger, declares the Lord. I will pursue them with the sword until I have made an end of them. I will set my throne in Elam and destroy her king and officials, declares the Lord. Yet I will restore the fortune of Elam in the days to come, declares the Lord. Jeremiah 49:36-39. This prophecy has never been fulfilled historically. It is now about to be fulfilled in ancient times. The Persians were known for their skill with a bow and arrow, but what is the modern equivalent of an arrow, if not a missile? Will nations from the four corners of the earth join in this attack? This remains to be seen, but already several nations are helping the US and Israel in this venture. Will the people of Elam be scattered to the four winds? Already around 3 million Iranians have fled and are scattered amongst all the nations of the world. Verse 36. Will God shatter Elam and make an end of the leadership? Watch this space. Will God set up his throne in Elam? We know that when Messiah returns, he will set up his throne in Jerusalem, not Susa or Tehran. So what can this mean? Simply that God will rule over Iran. Already we know that at least 1 million Iranians who know the Yeshua and worship the God of Israel. This is perhaps the fastest growing church in the world. So this is an amazing thing that is happening with Iran. So let's pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Pray for the peace of the Iranian people who want freedom. Pray for Elam, that God would set up his throne there and administer his healing to the Iranian people who have suffered so badly under the Ayatollahs from 1979. It's time for us all to be watchmen on the walls of Jerusalem. Shalom.